Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Guess what day's today? It's dyno day. We're gonna dyno this bad boy today. So, first things first is let's get it loaded up on that trailer. Car's been sitting for about a month. Let's see how she fires up. And disrupt the neighbors at 7:30 in the morning. About 45 minutes out. Old man's driving, he's excited.
I'm excited. Dial it baby in.
We see we're being tailgated by a beast. All hooked up, ready to go. We'll see you once we get to Mad Metal. All right, guys, we made it to Mad Metal. We unloaded. As you can see, he's got a bunch of toys in here as well. Got the truck here. He's pulling out some of the cars. See, ton of goodies here. He's building the truck here. Tube chassis, Monza. Got an old nostalgic race truck, which he's restoring. He's actually got a blown GTO that's on the dyno right now, which he also has that wicked Camaro from an earlier video on my channel is over here. That's blown and injected on E85.
So this is a much more informative page. So map, coolant temp, throttle position, timing is irrelevant because you have your own timing. Idle air control valve is open 71%. Duty cycle of the injectors.
Right.
Manifold air temperature, battery voltage, RPM. We're in a stall mode. So there's also 3 dash combinations. Dash setup, dash 1.
Oh, you could customize them.
Right. We're going to change the layout, and we're going to do 4. This one will go, all right, so engine RPM, okay. And we'll go, we don't want small because we're old and blind. Digital large, okay. Okay, so this one, we'll go air fuel ratio on this one. And then this one, coolant temp sensor.
There it is.
2 oil pressure.
And fuel pressure is connected on this too.
Oh,
yes.
even better.
Yeah, man.
So we'll save. Now dash 1. So you have RPM, air fuel ratio, your coolant, and your oil pressure.
Right.
So there's your coolant, oil pressure in your face. Now let's go to tuning, fuel setup. 65% is your clear flood, so you got to go down 65% if it's flooded. Let's change that to 30. That's a lot. So 35% of TPS turns the injectors off when you're cranking it. So if it's flooded, just go 35%, and you'll know. Basic fuel. Okay, acceleration enrichment. That's your pop. So let's add a little fuel to that. So I told you could do this on this.
Oh, okay.
So you don't, I'm trying to show you how to do this all without the laptop. So that's a little bit more on the hit, on the tip in, save. Okay, so we'll back that up. Take targets. Okay, so your target at idle is way too lean. So in a blower, there's a lot of distance that it has to travel, and with larger camshafts, you can't actually tell the engine or the computer what it thinks it needs to know. You have to tell it what'll allow the engine to run correctly. You know, so if you think it should be 13.5 at an idle, which is all well and good, it might actually be 13.5, but you have to richen it up to get it to run right. You know, this 13.5 in an idle is for a naturally aspirated vehicle only.
Gotcha.
Yeah, on a blower motor, you need the fuel in there. So if we go there and we take our idle, we're gonna bring this down to 12. Okay. Your targeted cruise, 14. That's a little lean still. I'd go 13.5 on that. And then that wide open throttle, 11.7.
Yeah.
And then the offset. So at 7 psi, it'll go to 5. Now I'd go probably a little bit more. Probably right there. Our basic idle, 1100. You want it down towards 1000. Because it actually seemed like it was around 1100. Okay, so, and fuel pump.
And water pump too.
That's better.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a little bit of time for it to learn it.
It's a little snappy.
That's pretty good. And it's cold. So your idle air is actually, it's okay. We could actually open that blade a little bit because it's that high. We kind of want it around 10. It's not too bad.
I noticed when the car warms up, that number does drop.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. ABA.
Sounds way better now already.
Yeah, I needed the fuel. Setting the roll speed.
Gotcha.
It's getting lean, super lean.
It must be pretty loud.
It's a loud son of a bitch, isn't it? power fuel ratios looks good.
And we weren't even on it.
That was the easiest 400 horse or 450 foot-pounds I ever saw.
All right, guys. So we're just cracking into this thing with the tuning. We haven't even built boost yet. We're just running the RPM up about 5,000 RPMs under load. We're barely putting anything to it, and we're already almost at 500 horse. So we'll see what happens when we put some boost to it and go from there. We're just letting it cool down for a bit. Sounds good. All right, guys, we made it back to the house. Unfortunately, my buddy at the dyno shop, his dyno was acting really weird after about 5,000 RPM, so we weren't able to get an accurate power reading. But with the setup that we currently running on the car, we only had about 29 degrees of timing in it, only running about 7 pounds of boost, which is extremely conservative. And at 5,000 RPMs, it put about 560, 570 to the rear tires at only 5,000 RPMs. The way the motor is set up, it's able to rev to about 7,000 RPMs. So that should have put it over around the 650, 700 mark. And then with a little bit more boost, this motor could handle about 14 pounds of boost and about 34 to 36 degrees of timing, and that would definitely have put it probably closer to the 1,000 mark. So it's unfortunate that the dyno was unable to run it out to redline due to the weird interference in the software or something. He's still trying to figure it out. He's gonna let me know when it's done. We could probably do another run. But we were able to work out some of the bugs. As far as the fuel issue that we were having, it was running way lean, which was giving it that lean pop as well. So we got that good. So now the car just needs to run, and the software will help it learn and set adjustments that we had put in place. And also I have to richen up the idle. Still running a little lean on idle, which is causing a high idle. So a few of those things need to be done. So as far as that, car's running great. We're gonna take it out for some more runs. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.